Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, we have yet another latest case of the Supreme Court of India. This case is very interesting and will be really helpful if you are preparing for any competitive exams or in general you are interested to know regarding what's happening in the legal field. The title of this case is N. Vijayakumar versus State of Tamil Nadu. This case was decided on 5th of January 2021 by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. This case is famously known as demand for or acceptance of bribe case. In this case, it was unambiguously stated that mere possession or recovery of currency notes will in itself not constitute the offence of bribery. It's also related to charges under Prevention of Corruption Act. In this case, Honorable Supreme Court said that presumptions under the Prevention of Corruption Act can be drawn only after the demand for and acceptance of illegal gratification is proved. In general, in criminal law, a person is presumed as innocent until and unless his guilt is proved 100%. That's why when a case is filed, we don't call him as an offender, but we rather call him as the accused. As in, someone is accusing him that he has committed a crime. But his guilt needs to be proved, only then we will consider him as the criminal. Before that, he is an accused. So this concept of initial presumption of innocence would get doubled when the case is filed before trial court and trial court acquits the person. As in, after examination of witnesses, appreciation of evidences, if trial court also finds that person innocent, then his innocence gets added on. As in, initially also he was presumed to be an innocent person. Now it gets doubled because trial court also considered him as an innocent person. His guilt could not be proved before the court. Now let's see what this case is all about, like the brief history of this case. And Vijayakumar, or the appellant of this case and the sole accused, was working as a sanitary inspection in Madurai Municipal Corporation. Madurai bench of Madras High Court had passed an order whereby N. Vijayakumar was held guilty of offences punishable under Prevention of Corruption Act. It was alleged that he demanded for 500 rupees and a cell phone as illegal gratification from D. Gopal, who was working as the supervisor of a voluntary organization, Neat and Clean Service Squad, NACSS. However, Mr. N. Vijayakumar did not plead guilty of the allegations that were made out against him. So, a case was filed before the special court. After considering all the oral and documentary evidences which were produced before the special court, it acquitted Mr. N. Vijayakumar of all the charges. And that decision came in 25th of February 2014. When Mr. N. Vijayakumar was acquitted of all the charges, State of Tamil Nadu was not happy with that decision and it decided to proceed with an appeal before the Madras High Court. And as I already mentioned, Madurai bench of Madras High Court considered him guilty of the charges. He was imposed a sentence of rigorous imprisonment for 1 year and 5,000 rupees fine by Madras High Court. So the first case was filed before the special judge wherein Mr. N. Vijayakumar was acquitted of all the charges. After that, State of Tamil Nadu filed an appeal before the High Court of Madras and Madras High Court held Mr. N. Vijayakumar guilty. He was given sentence of 1 year of rigorous imprisonment and 5,000 rupees fine. Now, N. Vijayakumar was not happy with the decision, so he decided to prefer an appeal before the Supreme Court of India. And this is the case what we are discussing in today's video. N. Vijayakumar versus State of Tamil Nadu. While dealing with this case, Honorable Supreme Court of India viewed that once convictions are recorded under the Prevention of Corruption Act, it casts a social stigma on the person in the society apart from serious consequences on the service rendered. When the case was filed before trial court disbelieved witnesses, and for that they had given proper and valid enough elaborate reasons as well. But the High Court of Madras, without appreciating the evidences in a proper manner, has reversed the view which was taken by trial court. The Honorable Supreme Court was of the opinion that appellant Mr. N. Vijayakumar's guilt is not proved. And in fact, it's a well-settled rule that mere recovery of currency notes in itself do not constitute offences of bribery. It also has to be proved that there was demand and acceptance of illegal gratifications by the person. The Honorable Supreme Court of India was of the opinion that in this case, the acceptance of bribe amount as well as the cell phone is not proved beyond reasonable doubts. And having regard to such evidence on record, the acquittal recorded by the trial court is a possible view. And as such, the judgment which was passed by Madras High Court, wherein Mr. N. Vijayakumar was held guilty, was set aside by the Supreme Court. As in, Supreme Court said that because N. Vijayakumar's guilt could not be proved beyond reasonable doubt, there is a possibility that he has not taken the bribe, he has not taken the mobile phone, so he was acquitted of the charges. Because N. Vijayakumar's guilt could not be proved 100% beyond reasonable doubt, so Supreme Court decided to set aside the order which was passed by Madras High Court. That means the order passed by trial court was accepted, wherein N. Vijayakumar was held not guilty of the charges which were made out against him. And that's all for this case. If you ask me why is this case important? It's important because it made it clear one more time that mere recovery of currency notes in itself do not constitute the offense of bribery. Along with that, you also need to prove demand for or acceptance of bribe. I hope you found some value out of this case. In case you did, do make sure to like this video and share it with all your friends. Until next time, bye-bye.